Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Coppin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning, Huntsville. Welcome on in.
You hear that?
Yeah, I do.
What is that?
I don't know.
Man.
I don't know.
It's been doing that. Do you hear? I don't know if our audience hears that in the background.
Do y'all hear a funny noise in the background, audience?
Sounds like a cat purring. It's Jason over here. Whenever Jason comes in the morning, he starts purring.
No, sir.
You know what rhymes with? You know what starts with purr?
I do.
Purring.
We are not even going to go down that road. We are not going to go down that road.
And as a friend, I won't go down that road, buddy.
Okay. Well, on the behind the scenes at our break, I'll have to tell you something funny about that.
Goes with a la 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 la. If you don't know what we're talking about, just pay the $100 a month and
that's it.
Get the
$100 and you get the behind the scenes.
Get it on, man. Here we go. Welcome in as we get rolling. Jason, are you loud enough over there in your ear?
I'm good.
Got you turned up?
You got me turned up good.
Turn it up some, Toby. We want to welcome you in as we get rocking and rolling here on a Tactical Tuesday, episode 541 of Good Morning Huntsville. I don't want to start making up stuff. You know, some folks in the media, I just laugh when I see.
Are you talking about the post you shared with me last week?
Yes, that, and then like, man, I've been in the media business a long time, and I try to be factual. You know, we're not rated, but we're digital. And what I say by rate, we don't have Nielsen ratings here in Huntsville. But digital media, you can truly measure who's watching, where they're watching. We just started putting our streams from First Baptist on Facebook.
Oh, did you?
Second week in a row we've done that. And I can drill down and tell you the exact demographic of who's watching online.
Really?
And right now it's 29% women 65 and older. Coming in at 22%, middle-aged females. And it was 35 to 41.
Really?
So it's cool. You can break all this down.
Yeah.
Well, there's some media. If you're just watching TV, you can. If you're listening to the radio. Nielsen does a pretty good job, but it's just based on diaries that they send out to people. There's other methods that they do as well. But one thing that I have never wanted to do on this show and never wanted to do on our platform is make up numbers.
Right.
I won't get on here and say that there are thousands of people listening to this show.
No.
But what I will say, and what I can factually say to back it up with digital evidence, is there's close to 1,000 views of our morning show each and every morning. By the time we go through 24 hours, within 24 hours, on average, there's close to 1,000 views. I can factually say that. And I can break down those numbers based off of Facebook, based off of YouTube, and all that. So, man, if you're in the media business, just don't make up stuff.
There you go.
People don't. You can't. You cannot make and you can't. And I'm not going to say, like, we're the number one this or the. I was listening to a station out of Houston. We're the number one. Well, that number one's based on a Nielsen rating, which, and there's a lot of weight to that. Don't get me wrong. There's a ton of weight to that.
There's a huge amount of weight to that.
When at our station, our local station here, we didn't have to worry about the ratings. Up in Fargo, we did. And, man, I'm telling you that everything that they do breathes those ratings whenever you're a rated station. Because there's a lot that goes with that. And advertisers or advertising agencies understand if you're the top-rated show in a market or the top-rated station,
you can charge a little bit more money.
You're going to charge more. Yeah, it's a premium. And so we always wanted to be number one. But I'm not going to sit on here, especially for our foundation supporters and our average. I'm always going to be factual, but I'm not going to make up numbers and say that, we're the most this or the number one that, because you know what? We're not rated, and nothing in Huntsville is rated. Nielsen doesn't do ratings here in this community.
No, we're a little bit too small for that.
I think based on, you talk about media and radio and all this, and I think based on what I hear from people, the majority of people nowadays are listening to Sirius XM. And then our friends in Conroe at K-Star, there's a lot of people that I talk to that listen to 99.7 out of there. And there's a few folks that listen to our stations here locally. So there's great exposure. And what I'm saying about all this is don't put all your eggs in one basket.
No.
Advertise if you're a business. Spread out the wealth.
Do a little bit on this, a little bit here.
Yeah.
And it just kind of covers your bases a little bit more.
Put some ads in the local paper. People read the item. Help out my boy over there at the Walker County Press, Wade Thibodeau. Love that man. Put some ads in his paper.
Postcards.
Run a couple of ads on the local radio stations here. Advertise with us. Something that really irked me was when I did sales back in the day, I was always told that, well, our product's number one. It's the only it's the only medium. It's the only thing that you should be advertising. No, it's not. I'm a business owner. And I know from a marketing standpoint, you don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, but, I'm not always going to listen to the same radio station, 24 hours a day. I'm not going to only read the local newspaper. I'm not only just going to read the Walker County Press or the Postcards magazine. However you plan to advertise, you got to spread it out.
You do. And that's just, I for the life of me, morally and ethically, whatever else you want to say, I'm not putting myself on the pedestal, but I just could not I remember I went one time, and this was way back in the day, I was selling radio a long time ago, and I remember I walked into a business, and she told me she wanted to put all of her money towards us. And I said, nope, not going to do it. She goes, what do you mean? It's what I want to do. I said, I'm a business owner myself, or I know how business works. I've been in business, had my IT company for 14 years. And I said, I said, as much as I would love for you to, because I don't get paid hardly jack on commissions, I would love for you to. So that I can get my $14 a month from you.
Yeah.
But I said, I can't allow you to do that because I know it's not the best thing for your business. And I developed such a strong friendship with that person, and I still talk to them to this day.
Probably.
And they told me, they said, thank you for being honest. And they're still in business. They're doing really great in the Central Texas area. And so
that's awesome.
Just be honest with people. That's my opening segment this morning.
Be honest.
Be honest is the way to do it.
There you go.
We want to welcome you in as we do get rolling. Big shout out as always to Elliot Herzlich from Elliot's Jewelers. He is online at elliotsjewelers.com. One of the best jewelers in Huntsville.
And I'm going to tell you, and I've been to Elliot's, store before. It is very, very nice in that facility. He's done some really good work for my wife's jewelry. Not really mine because I don't really wear jewelry, but he takes care of my wife.
I remember back in the day, Jason shows up today. He's kind of manly. He's got that extra button down right here,
No, it's just these shirts.
Got that fuzz going on.
Yeah,
got
whatever.
That grizzly bear.
Can't help it.
Speaking of bears, we're going to be talking about bears here in a little bit.
Are we?
But I was saying, because, brother, you know what you're missing with that?
What?
With this right here?
What's that?
That gold chain.
No.
Elliot can hook you up.
I'm good.
You need to get one.
No.
I want you to get a big old huge gold chain, Jason.
No.
Walk around town and then just take that thing and go woo, 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 woo.
No.
Please, man.
No.
This would fit you so perfect, man.
No, it would not fit me perfectly.
Dude, you know what I just thought of, buddy?
Okay, what'd you think of?
You ain't gonna like this. Okay? Please don't get mad at me, Jason. Because you've been taking care of yourself. I'm not saying this as a negative thing.
Right.
You're kind of a smaller version of Jelly Roll, brother.
I hear that.
Have you ever heard? You've been told that before? Have you really?
Yeah.
I just started thinking.
Yeah.
We need to get you some tats.
No.
Get you some chains.
I do not want any sleeve tattoos, no chains, no facial tattoos, no.
Oh, man.
No, Billy would fire me.
Have you really been told that before, though? I just never thought of that until I was looking.
Kind of, sort of.
I was looking at the side profile of your face. I said, man, there's a few of those tats that could fit right there, brother, and you could be the next
But here's
JR.
the thing. Jason is not getting no facial tattoos. No, I really enjoy scrolling through Facebook at times. And one of the things that pops up on my feed regularly is this feed out of Montgomery County about people that get arrested. And 99% of the photos they put on there, they have face or neck tats.
That's all right.
I'm like, why would you, the whole throat is nothing but a tattoo. Why?
I don't know. There's different strokes for different folks.
I guess. I don't know.
But anyways, that's our open. Big thank you to Elliot. Somehow we went from Elliot Hurst.
Yeah, we went to Elliot to you talking to me about Jelly Roll.
To neck tattoos in Montgomery County.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hey, big shout out, though. Elliot Herzig. We love you, Elliot. Appreciate He's on vacation this week. Elliot will be back next week, and we're going to go to some nonprofits and present some checks from the recent Rays of Hope, finally. So
that'll be good.
We're going to be out next week, and we'll talk more about that. And we'll haven't put out an article yet for that reason because we haven't went out yet, but we did gather quite a bit, and looking forward to that. Also, on this Tactical Tuesday, big thank you to Jason Thompson and Guardian Defense, our foundation support here on Good Morning Huntsville. We got a lot lined up. We're going to try something a little bit new. We're breaking up a little segments today. We're going to see how this goes.
We're going to see how it goes. We want your honest opinion.
We do, but we want to include a little more, a little more organization on the show possibly. Yeah. And we're going to kind of roll with something today and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Because we want folks to get engaged.
Yeah.
We want you this morning as the audience to comment, to like, to share, to do all those fun things to help get the word out about the positive here in Huntsville. I know I said I was going to open on something, but I do have a bark real quick.
Okay, one bark.
One bark.
You get 30 seconds.
Sandra's Kitchen right down the road. Used to be there.
Yes.
1012th Street, right around the corner, next to the bus station.
Yep.
Drove by yesterday. I knew a couple of months ago a new restaurant was going in. Well, El Pescador has now put up their signage.
Okay.
El Pescador means the fisherman.
Really?
Okay. So I take a picture, and you're a business, and that's what. If you're a business, and I see some activity. I'm not going to go into your business unless you're there, but I'm going to put my phone through the window, and I'm going to take pictures. And so we took pictures and put it up on the website. And if you go search for El Pescador Huntsville, it's coming up top result now with us. I just want to say I love this platform because we promote the positive. We promote the good. I am very ashamed that many people replied to our post on our group. We have 31,000 members in our Huntsville, Texas News and Events group.
Okay.
And many people replied saying, oh, great, another Mexican restaurant. Oh, great, just what we need. Why don't people do this? Man, I'm telling you right now, what kind of message does that send to a new business owner in this community?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It is.
And
or you get on the social media and you bash or kind of you blow something out of proportion. Saw a little bit of that yesterday.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it was El Gordo, and those are great people, man.
Well, here's the funniest thing. I was there during that time frame, and I didn't hear anything like that.
You weren't gone.
I wasn't gone.
I was there.
I was there.
There. You have to like enunciate. There.
I was there, and I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're getting at, but anyway.
Well, luckily, I mean, the whole town came to their rescue, and that comment got deleted. What you say and what you do, that phrase, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me, that's a complete lie. Words hurt a lot of people.
No, they can.
And words stir up a lot of mess that doesn't need to be stirred up. And
that is so true.
And you know what? It got me to start thinking yesterday. And sometimes I get bothered by someone that told me something a while back, said, oh, well, so-and-so's not your friend or not a fan of yours, but then acts like they're a friend of yours. And I said, I don't care, man. I don't really care. But little things bother you sometimes, Mm-hmm. And then when I saw that El Gordo thing, it kind of made me start thinking about stuff. Mm-hmm. And I posted yesterday because I meant this. And I want people to hear this.
Okay.
Because this is so important.
Now you're running out of your 30 seconds.
I know, buddy, but we just got to get this out of here.
Well, come on.
Avoid people who make it their mission to turn others against each other. Mm-hmm. That kind of behavior only breeds drama, division, and negativity. It does not lift anybody up. It tears people down, and it distracts from what really matters.
That's very well said.
And here's the key to this. You weren't created to live in chaos.
No.
We weren't created by our Creator to live in chaos, but sin has invited chaos in. And so this morning, I want to remind you to protect your peace, surround yourself with those who speak life, and build others up with kindness. I've always said if you're not lifting somebody up, you're probably putting them down.
That's probably true.
So let your words bring light, not heat, and let your presence bring calm, not conflict.
Yeah.
And I get it. If there's something that terribly happened, then go on, rant and rave away. Do whatever you want. But at the same token, chill out for a moment and pause and take a break and realize, is this really going to be a benefit or is this going to be detrimental to something? And there are some valid reasons for some things. Don't get me wrong. There really are. But anyway, so yeah, I talked about all that. 30 seconds turned into 5 minutes because let's support El Pescador when they officially open. I have no idea when they're going to open, but it looks like they're going to open soon.
Yeah, at least give them a try.
Yeah, please. We got more segments coming up, some birthday surprises. We want to hear from you if it is your birthday.
Or you know of someone's birthday it might be.
Yeah, birthdays were the worst days, but on this show, we make them thirsty. Mm-hmm. So.
Birthdays, anniversaries.
Yeah, let us know this morning if you know of somebody. We want to do some birthday shout-out and also some national birthday shout-out. We got a little historical nuggets and then some fun facts coming your way. I also want to talk about a bear that was on a runway in Japan. Did you hear about this?
I didn't hear about that.
Even got a video, and also a UPS driver decided to go on a slip and slide.
No, I saw the video on that. That was cool.
So we got a couple of cool things. We're going to take a break. While we take that break, go and get your keys this morning.
Yes.
Because I want to mention something else when we come back. So this morning, go and get your keys during the break and then rejoin the show because I want to talk to you about something.
Yeah, we want your key ring in your hand.
In your hand. Jay, you got your keys on you?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to grab my keys when we go to break.
All right.
Because I want to do this. I think it's important. So we're going to take a break. Before we do, keyword, we got some more Cat Cafe. We're giving away $20.
Fireworks.
Fireworks is the keyword. Oh, fireworks, baby. I was trying to sing, but it didn't come out good.
It didn't.
Fireworks. All one word.
I'm not even going to tell you what it sounded like.
We had a ton of people text in yesterday, but they put a space in between fire and works, so our system didn't capture it. Mm-hmm. So retext in fireworks, one word.
One word.
And if you texted in yesterday and you did it correctly, text in again today because it'll increase your chances to win. Mm-hmm. Fireworks to 936. One word. 936-339-0139. Put your name on there, too. So text in fireworks, your name to 936-339-0139. As always, we are here. It's Good Morning Huntsville, uplifting our community with Guardian Defense, all things personal safety. And, yes, they have a gun range. Someone the other day, clear as day, said, well, where can I go to shoot my gun? And you were on the show.
And I was here.
And you were talking.
Yeah.
You can go to Guardian Defense.
Yeah, let us know.
Set up that appointment.
In fact, I got somebody there right about now.
Yeah, Jason's got to go.
No.
I'm just kidding, man. We'll take a break. Go to GuardianDefenseLLC.com for more information. We'll be right back in a moment. Stay with us. More to come. It's your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville on a tactical Tuesday. Stay with us.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at GuardianDefenseLLC.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
At Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, we're not just a place where children pass the time. We're not a daycare. We're a child care center focused on growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit tomorrowspromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Education you can trust.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
This harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Imagine a voice of hope reaching every corner of Huntsville, from homes and hospitals to prison walls. That's the heart of Spirit Radio. We're a truly local 501c3 nonprofit, and we're raising $25,000 to build our tower and get on the air. With your help, we'll broadcast encouragement, truth, and the love of Christ across our community and across the world through the Spirit Radio FM app. Visit spiritradio.fm and give today. Let's bring light to Huntsville and beyond together.
This is Deneen with Guardian Defense, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
The Spirit of Huntsville, SpiritRadio.fm.
Coming back at you.
Coming at you live from Studio 1229J.
1229J.
You like that? It
Yeah.
sounds kind of,
Yeah.
sounds a little pro. Just kidding. It doesn't sound that pro.
Doesn't sound that pro?
Nah, not that pro, buddy. Welcome back real quick. Hey, before we get to a couple of really exciting things, by the way, if you got your keys ready, keep holding them. You know, Terrell Owens back in the day with the Cowboys said, get your popcorn ready. Get your keys ready.
Get your keys ready.
We do want to, my second segment, I do always like to give a quick weather update. Our weather, by the way, comes from the National Weather Service, direct from the NWS.
Did you get any rain yesterday?
A tiny bit.
I did. It was just enough to cool it down.
And humidity it up.
Well, it wasn't that bad because I went out and hopped on, and it wasn't too wet where I couldn't mow. So I went out and hopped on the lawnmower and started mowing.
Hopped on that lawnmower.
Yeah.
Put on that gold chain, that white, what do they call that? The white muscle shirt. And you had the gold chain.
I didn't have the gold chain, but I did have the white wife beater shirt.
Did you really?
On.
Did you? I knew it, buddy.
Yes.
I knew it. Yes,
I did. And them skeeters tore me up.
Did you really have it on?
I
knew
did.
it. I knew it, man. And
well, I wear a T-shirt underneath my shirt, so I just pulled my shirt off and got out my slacks, put on a pair of jeans right quick, and put on the work shoes, and I let my cohort in crime know that somebody else was answering my phone in case they called.
You went and I know what happened, Jason. You went and hid around the side of the house, and then you have this little binder, and it's little stick-on tattoos, and you started peeling them and stuck them on you, and put a couple on your face, and then you're like, yeah, baby.
No. Even old Kyle, old Mr. Kreiner over there said I needed a necktie.
Oh,
I said no.
77 degrees as you're getting up today. 88% humidity. Calm winds today. How about 93 and sunny? 74 muggy tonight, partly cloudy. We'll be back more of the same tomorrow. 94 and sunny. 74 tomorrow night. And that will continue on all the way through the weekend. By the way, we should have a great 4th of July. Highs will be in the mid-90s.
Yeah.
And rain does not return to the forecast until Monday.
But the good thing is I think it's wet enough that those that decide to shoot off fireworks hopefully won't catch everything on fire.
I've always been a big fireworks shooter. And I love
if
4th
I
of
can
July.
afford it, I'd love to. But, man, that stuff's kind of expensive.
Yeah, the inflation has hit the firework land as well, my friend.
Back in the day, I'd been known to, have a little fireworks show and a little party on the 4th or whatever, and I would go down in the bottom pasture down there, kind of where the gun range is, and I'd put my dovetail trailer up and, a barrel to put all the spent fireworks casing in, and we'd go down there and put everybody up in the yard and put on a fireworks show.
Nowadays, it's just too expensive, buddy.
Yeah, well, the mortar thing that came 6 inches out of the tube and exploded, that kind of put a damper on that. And then the Saturn missiles, that fell over and started shooting straight up the hill.
Yeah, those were always fun. We used to light those artillery shells on the ground under a street light, and then they'd turn off the street lights because they were so bright.
Oh, yeah.
Those were fun days.
Yeah.
Well,
Roman candle war.
That's it, buddy. Well, hey, here, let's head over real quick. It's birthday day today.
Whose birthdays?
How about Cito Mascaro? You're wondering, who is that?
I don't know.
That's Challenger. Used to play football for Sam Houston, buddy.
Oh, cool.
Cito turning 24 years old today. Hey, our buddy, it's his birthday today.
Joe Smith.
The Joe Smith Agency.
That's it. Happy birthday, Joe.
Good friend of mine, Sidney Decker, celebrating 31 today. Chad Moore, also a friend. Gus Barbosa. Here's a friend of mine, Christian Soffiker. Christian and his wife, Karen, own a couple of businesses in my hometown of Georgetown. And they were featured on Gordon Ramsay's TV show.
Really?
Yes.
Awesome.
And let's just say he tried to make their kitchen heavenly, if you know what I'm saying. So things have turned around for them. They're a great family. So happy birthday to Christian. Happy birthday to Jacob Balusik. I know Jacob very well. And my mentor, whoa, dude, I got to call him. Mentor of mine, Brian Jameson, turning 1 year shy of 50 today.
Really?
Brian helped me get started in business years ago. He's from Nacogdoches. Yes, he's a lumberjack.
From Nacogdoches.
And I always wondered why.
That's like Cooter Robertson coming out. Nacogdoches. Him and Leroy.
Well, Cooter was from Nacogdoches. Brian, when we were young, I was playing basketball at the rec center. Here's a guy that's like 10 years older than me. And he's like, hey, man, you want to come hang out? And I was like, who is this dude?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out he's from East Texas. He's a nice guy. Became one of my best friends. Had a motorcycle, too. I was like, what, you want me to hop on your motorcycle, bro? What's going on? So happy birthday to Brian James. Look at that, dude. There's a picture of us back in the day. Look at this.
Look at old Rob.
Hold on, man. Let me. I can't do it because we're sharing our Restream stuff. Yeah, man. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Yikes. Here, hold on. I'll show you this. Here, I got a different way we can do this real quick.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Here it is. Hold up. Let me see if I'll just have to do it through my phone. All right, let's see if this works. This was Brian and I. Now, y'all don't know Brian, but Brian's a good friend. See, it didn't work, buddy.
It didn't work.
There it is. Hold on. Here. I got to take Raise a Hope off. There we go. That's my buddy Brian and I back. Gosh. Hold on. This is what happens when you try to
click it right.
Well, you try to, I'm trying to how do you redo this thing? I need to transform it to fit to the screen. There you go. Look, there's Brian and I back in the day. You know what I'm wearing there, buddy? San Antonio Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have a Halloween night all the time at my old IT business. We do it out. We do it out in the parking lot. We had 500 kids show up every year, man.
Really?
So happy birthday to Brian. And that's pretty much it for folks that I know and some folks here in Huntsville as well. There's quite a few of them yesterday, but today's the day.
I think it's one of our ag teacher's birthday.
Your ag teacher?
No, one of them that currently teaches.
Anybody else give anything on here? Nobody said anything about a birthday or an anniversary here on the comments.
Well, it's brand new. We didn't give them any.
Oh, they had plenty of notice. It's ridiculous. You go out of your way to do this, and no, I'm just kidding, man.
Come on.
Happy birthday to all of you out there. If it's
your birthday or anniversary.
Yeah, if it was your thing today. Anyways, hey, Jamie Salas, by the way, wanted to say this: Ballin' Jason with the bling.
Uh-huh.
So you need to get it, buddy. You need to get it. Okay.
I don't need bling.
You need to get it. I like what our friend Bridget Maloney said too. She said there's a small group of people whose cardio is complaining. If you want something different, make it happen. Amen, Bridget. Bridget's a great friend, and just think the world of her. And she's right. She said, don't gripe about the people who are making things happen. Boy, I love that. That's great, Bridget. This is on my personal feed. Wally Harmon joining us this morning. So good to see you on today. Yesterday, too, I didn't even think about this. Yesterday, my grandmother, 4 years since she had passed already.
Really?
Man, I sure do miss her. My sister had posted that. Hey, Sabrina Hughes Williams, it's your birthday today. Jamie wanted to send you a happy birthday. Sabrina Hughes Williams.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you, Sabrina. Heard it right here on Good Morning Huntsville. A couple of other celebrity birthdays today. How about old Dan Aykroyd, 73.
73.
Debbie Harry of Blondie. Did you ever watch? Do you know who that is? I have no idea who that
Blondie is. Blondie is
the cartoon thing?
That's the cartoon they have in the newspaper.
That annoying cartoon thing.
Oh, man, my grandfather used to love to read that.
She's 80 today, by the way. Missy Elliott, your favorite rapper?
I don't even know who that is.
You know Missy Elliott. That's your favorite one. 54 years old today.
Okay.
Baywatch, she turns 58 today. You know what I'm talking about? Pamela Anderson. If you say you either think of two people. You think of Pamela Anderson or you think David Hasselhoff. Or you think Carmen Electra, right? Wasn't she on there too?
I don't know.
I don't remember anyways. I think of those two people, though. Anyways, Pam, 58 today. How about Jamie Farr from MASH? 91 years old today.
Corporal Max Klinger.
Who's older? Dan Aykroyd or Debbie Harry? I told you their ages, so who's older?
I didn't pay attention.
Blondie. She's 80 today.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, when you think of MASH, what do you think of, the TV show?
Oh, man, that's one of my favorite TV shows.
Well, then what do you think of?
Huh? I think about Hawkeye.
Which one?
I like old Hawkeye.
I like Radar.
Radar was cool.
Radar was all right. But you know what I think of more than any person?
What?
I think of the song. Do, 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 do. But... So, I shouldn't even have brought this up because that theme song is something not good.
No, it isn't.
No, don't look that up.
Don't look up the real meaning of that song.
Yeah, it's not good. So anyways, there you go. A couple of historic things today. July the 1st, 1863, the Battle of Gettysburg began on this date. I'd like to tell you where, but I lost the Gettysburg address.
Oh,
good dad joke. July the 1st,
Wasn't even a good one.
That was a great one, man.
No, it was.
It's family friendly, buddy. July the 1st, 1847, the first U.S. adhesive postage stamps went on sale.
Really?
First adhesive. But that had to be the lick and stick kind. That's probably not the peel and stick. It was the lick and stick.
Yeah, I'm sure it was the lick and stick with the funny taste.
Did you have one of those porcelain rollers, that you put?
I still have one.
You put the water in it, and then you roll that bad boy?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We had one growing up. Didn't know what it was. My mom told me, and then I went and got all the stamps and started sticking them everywhere when I was a kid. And also July the 1st, 1979. The Sony Walkman made its debut. Young people, y'all don't even know.
No, you don't.
The Walkman was legit. And I want to ask all of you out there, answer this question. Do you still have a Sony Walkman in a drawer somewhere?
No, I used to.
I do have one hidden in a box. I know it's somewhere in a box. I have no idea where that box is. But I know that I've got one.
Do you have any cassettes to go in it?
Yes. I've got a whole box of cassette tapes.
Awesome.
And there were ones that I'd purchased from Kathy Vatican across the street. Her daughter listened to some rap music growing up. Mm-hmm. And Kathy had a garage sale, and her daughter was gone. I think her daughter's name was Jessica. And Kathy had all of her daughter's tapes out there for sale. Mm-hmm. And that's where I learned about Notorious B.I.G.
Oh, really?
Some Tupac. Some other, what you would consider gangster raps back in the day.
Okay.
And also Bon Jovi's Bad Medicine. And I remember buying those tapes, and I was probably 10 years old, had no idea what I was buying.
You were just buying.
Just buying. And Kathy knew my mom and dad. She goes, I don't think your mom and dad would be happy with you listening to these tapes, son. And I said, oh, no, they're fine. And she went ahead and sold them to me. Mm-hmm. And I used to have a clubhouse, and we'd play those tapes in the clubhouse.
In the clubhouse?
Yeah, in the club, man.
I remember when we had clubhouses and built forts.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, let's switch gears. A little fun facts and did you know this morning. A couple of did you knows, Jason. Did you know 41,000 people go to the ER each year from being bitten by what?
A dog.
No. 41,000 people go to the ER from being bitten by what?
I have no idea.
Another person.
Really?
41. You're going to be it today. Let me see your arm. But no, I'm just kidding, man.
I didn't get bit.
41,000 people a year because somebody else bites them. You'll burn. Here's a way to lose weight.
Okay.
And keep your teeth fresh.
Okay.
You'll burn 3,600 calories a year just by brushing your teeth.
Okay.
That's not really a whole lot if you think about it in a year. No. You're not going to lose weight from brushing your teeth, man. No. The average person, well, let's get to this because I want to go back to something about the keys real quick, okay?
Yeah, let's do the keys.
Most people eat ice cream where? Where do they eat it?
In the car.
No. Try again. Where do most people eat? I eat it in the car.
I don't know.
On the couch.
On the couch.
Most people eat ice cream on the couch.
Okay.
All right. I asked all of you to do something earlier. I need you a little jingling here, buddy. Let me see your keys there, Jason. Let me see your keys there, Bubba.
These are my keys.
That's all you have?
That's all I got.
Man, you are the exception to the rule, brother. All right. I want you all to
my other keys are still sitting in the truck.
How many keys are? Okay. Well, that's kind of okay.
But it's just the truck keys.
Oh, and by the way, the keys are in the ignition, and he's parked over at over off of Highway 30. He's parked over at Double Dave's Pizza over there is where he's at. So if you try to go steal his truck, go look for it.
Go look for it.
Yeah. That'll keep him away, Jason. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, on those other keys, how many would you imagine that were on that key ring?
There might be 3.
3? Here's my keys, all right? Should have bought a Kia, but I bought a Honda, by the way. It's an old Pentecostal joke.
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I even got another ring here.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 keys.
8 keys.
8.
And a key fob.
And technically 9.
9 keys.
9 keys on my key ring this morning. All right. This one goes to the house.
Okay.
This one goes to the church.
Mm-hmm.
This one goes to the church.
Mm-hmm.
This one to the church. This one to the church. This one to the church. This one, I have no clue.
Mm-hmm.
I have no clue. This one to the mailbox.
Okay.
So out of my 9 keys, this is pretty good for me, by the way. Out of my 9 keys, I have one on here that I have no idea what it goes to.
Okay.
The other 8, I know exactly what they go to.
Yeah.
My challenge to you this morning, and comment in as you went through your keys, I told Molly to get her keys ready a while ago when I saw her in the office, when I ran to go get my keys. Pull out your keys.
And, guys, he did run. He came back short of breath.
Oh, dude, I almost busted a coronary, man, coming back over here. Let us know how many keys you have on your keychain. Go through them, count them. Let us know how many keys you've got.
That you don't know what they go
Well, total. Let us know how many total you have. Mm-hmm. And then let us know how many that you have no idea what they go to. Mm-hmm. Now, a few weeks ago, I went through and I got rid of about 7 keys off of this thing that I had no idea what they were. So I cleaned it up. Mm-hmm. But in doing so, I'd forgotten something because I have no idea. And I'm sitting here going, man, how many keys of this church do we have to have? That's the bulk of them are to the church.
Yeah, this is the key to the funeral home. That's it. One key.
It's a pretty keychain.
My wife made that.
It's beautiful. Deneen, beautiful keychain.
Yeah.
You know what? This is one of them paracords too.
Yeah.
So if anybody gives you any flack, you can rip it apart.
Well, I mean, if I need some paracord, I could untie it.
You're ready to go.
Yeah.
All right. Steph Valley joining us. Steph, we're
from the couch. I'm glad that she's getting better.
Steph Valley, Magnolia Kennel. She is doing better. And we were praying for you. Glad you're doing better. She said she has one key.
One key.
One key. Mm-hmm. All right, Kyle Kreiner.
He's at 6-0.
6 keys, Kyle says. He has 6 keys. And does the O mean you don't know what any of them go to? Or does it mean that you know what all of them go to?
I think it means he knows what all of them
He knows what all of them goes to.
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah. So, comment in how – yeah, that's right, because I said how many of them do you not know what they go to? 6 keys, none of them. I'm going to look on my personal Facebook and see if anybody else has commented in this morning. And I'm going to go over some facts real quick. I'm not going to draw this out much longer, but I want to go over some facts on this here in just a few moments. My sister commenting in, and she said she just has 2 keys and her fob. Mm-hmm. Why do they call this a fob? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Someone go find Kyle. Let us know. You're the excellent researcher. What does fob mean? Mm-hmm. Key fob. So that's my sister. She said that she has 2 keys in her fob. She also has.
Kyle says he knows them all.
Deneen, 2 keys.
Yeah, she has 2.
2 keys. She probably knows. And 2 keys, I mean, you got to know what they are as well. Yeah. So Deneen knows.
It's probably the key to the pickup and a key to Pop's house.
So here I am. The average person has 9 keys.
Okay.
I'm not average. No, I was. I had 9, right?
Yeah, you're average.
Counting my fob, I had 9.
You had 9.
The average person has 9 keys, and they have at least one useless one on their keychain. Yeah. I was right there with the demographic, man.
You're right there.
No, I didn't plan this. I had no idea. I put this together this morning, this prep.
I was watching you put it together.
Jamie Salas.
No, that's Jamie Saucier.
Jamie Saucier. I can't read. Brother Saucier has, what does that say? 8 keys.
8 and 2.
And 2. That 2 means 2 that he doesn't know what they go to. Know. So he's got 8 keys and 2. So here's my question. Why do we hold on to these keys that we have no idea what they go to?
Because we're afraid that if we throw them away, we'll need it.
Have you ever thrown away keys and then you were kind of cringed when you did it?
Yeah, because then whenever I couldn't find a key, I was like, I'll bet it's one of them I threw away.
When I threw away like the 3 or 4 last week, I said, I just know this is going to come back and bite me in the tail.
You know, and it's usually like a master lock key or something like that. So it doesn't bother me too bad because, you know, I have tools. You know, it can't be locked if it's liquid. I have one of those tools.
Well, there you go. That is our key story today. So if you're average, you got at least one useless key, and go check your keychain and tell us what it maybe used to open.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to switch gears. Got a couple of weird stories this morning. And the first one was this. There was a bear that shut down flights in Japan.
Well, we got to hear about this.
A black bear wandered onto an airplane. I didn't even know they had bears in Japan.
Yeah, they have bears in Japan.
No idea.
We have bears in Texas now.
Well, I thought bears were only like a thing here. You know?
We have black bears that have been reintroduced in parts of Texas.
Not here in East Texas.
Well, they're not that far from here.
Where?
Up in the northern part of East Texas.
Like Tyler up there?
Yeah, up in that area.
Hanging out with Earl Campbell?
Probably.
Well, a black bear wandered onto an airport runway, halted operations, and escaped a slow-speed chase. All right, the flights were canceled. The bear is still at large. And I want to show this to you guys this morning because this was kind of a funny one. So here it is. This is off of YouTube from The Guardian. Put all politics aside because I know what some people say about that source, but they have the video, so here it is. Let's watch it. This little guy, Jason.
He looks happy.
Look at him. You got this little, these little, look at these two little cars out there trying to catch him.
Yeah. My question is, what would they have done if they would have caught him?
He's a little baby one. He ain't gonna do nothing.
But he'd tear your boat out.
He probably. But look, he's scared, man. Yeah. So that little guy right there halted traffic. And look, they're trying to chase him all over. They can't find him. 12 flights canceled because of this. So there you go. A little bear on a runway, getting in the way, canceling flights.
Yep.
So I want to ask you, you've flown a few times. I've flown a few times as well, Jason. And if you haven't, and you can't think, because this is kind of hard to think about. What is the wildest thing that you've ever seen, either on maybe a runway or something that's happened on a runway that you've seen or been a part of, or maybe even on the road? Can you think of anything, Jason?
On the road, probably. Not on the runway, but on the road.
The things that stand out to me on the road, and this isn't wild or anything, this is pretty funny, actually. One time we're going to visit my brother. He used to go to TSTC up in Waco. I think they call it TSTI now, or it used to one or the other, Texas State Technical College, whatever. Apparently there was a guy that just couldn't wait. And, Jason, I'm not talking about the tree one. I'm talking about the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. This guy apparently just decided he couldn't wait. Instead of turning the other way, he turned the way that was saying hello to everybody on I-35. That was the wildest thing that I've ever seen on the side of a road.
No, I did see that, but that was on a street in Montgomery County. Like I swear, I swear, that wasn't the craziest thing, but that was one of the craziest things. Like the guy just got released from jail, and
gut was hurting, huh?
I guess so.
So you're talking about the gut ache is what he had.
I'm telling you,
not the bladder ache, but the gut ache, right?
He had the gut ache. Look, all I'm gonna say is he jumped out the car at a stop sign, dropped trowel, did his business, pulled up his pants, and hopped back in the car.
Oh man!
I was like, man.
The
coolest thing I think I ever saw whenever I drove trucks, saw lots of cool things. Mother Nature involved. I was up in Montana probably about 6 o'clock in the morning, just right at sunrise. And I had 2 mule deer standing in the middle of the interstate, and they were big enough they were looking over the hood of the Peterbilt at me.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, just big, huge. It was late summer. It started cooling off. I think it was in the 40s, but I mean, just massive, massive deer.
I'll have another take on the runway. I haven't seen anything on the runway, but what I have experienced getting onto the runway, my mother absolutely hates flying, and I said, Mom, if we're going to go see my sister used to live in South Dakota, and I said, the only way I'm going to go is if we fly. I'm not doing that 17-hour drive again, or whatever it was. It was too much.
Where'd she live in South Dakota?
Watertown, and then she was in outside of Brookings, Aurora, I think it was called. Little towns up there.
I know where all of those are.
She was there, and then moved.
I've been through all of those.
Moved up northern, and we get on the plane and the electrical's not working. And that kind of made my mom nervous. The other was we were about to get on a plane and they said, hey, there's delays because a plane has slid off the runway. I remember telling my mom, I said, Mom, the worst thing that's going to happen is we're all going to die. I mean, that's the worst, but it's also the best thing if you're a Christian. So, I mean, she's like, don't tell me that.
All right, Ron White.
That's
comedian.
That's the worst case scenario that could happen. But if you're a Christian, it's the best case scenario, I guess. So that happened on the runway. Nothing really out of line there, but some things that stand out to me on the road. it's always a double take when I see a turtle crossing the road.
Okay.
And I got a heart for those little things. Them poor little things, they can't cross the road. And every single time I've seen a turtle, I will get out. I'll go out of my way and turn around. And I don't care how busy it is. I saw one a while back on 30, heading out of town, going towards College Station. And I said, that little dude's, and the cars were going in, he's going in between the tires. Mm-hmm. And you'd see him kind of crouch down, and he was gone. He was gone.
Gone.
He would have been done.
Yeah.
And I had to turn around and rescue him. I picked that little dude up and I took him across. I got a thing for little turtles, man. If they're crossing the road, I just got a heart for them.
Yeah.
So I had to help him across. But something like that, if you ever see it, you're kind of like, you double take that, right? Because you don't see that every day.
Actually, I see it quite regularly.
Turtles?
Yeah, little land tortoises.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah, I see them quite regularly.
You going to start getting out, helping them across?
No, I just make sure I don't run them over. They're just on my little dirt road going to my house.
Oh, that's different, yeah. But turtles the one I've seen.
That's how you know if it's going to rain, to be honest, when you see them moving.
When they're out moving.
Yeah, you'll see them. They'll move to higher ground if it's going to rain.
Need Kyle Kreiner to Mythbuster this one for us, too, if he doesn't mind. It's like, so we were talking about that. Jason Bay on Thursday last week was talking about these remedies and stuff that were like and sayings that people have said for years, like you only use 5% of your brain. Turns out that's false. You actually use all of your brain. It's just not all of it's, it's not all at once. Yeah, that's what Kyle's here with us in the studio now. So, but yeah, let us know maybe what you've seen.
Kyle's at work.
What you've seen. Kyle's at work with us.
That's what
right now.
Kyle said. He's at work.
He's working right now. Some other, I'm just trying to see if the problem is too on these comments that I don't like this is I can't. They've changed everything. I was trying to read some other stuff here. Yeah, Facebook, man, y'all quit messing with stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, so there you go. That was kind of the wildest things that I've seen on the side of a road and some different things.
What else we got?
There was something else. You saw this one. I was telling you about it. Think about just things out of the ordinary. When you think of deliveries and if some of you may thought, well, my package never gets delivered. Well, that's ordinary, all right?
Yeah.
But some of these guys, we got to give them a break. They work really, really hard. I've seen videos, too, that kind of stand out on the internet of maybe like a police officer getting out of his car and shooting basketball with kids, just random things that normally don't happen, right?
Right.
Well, and this was neat, though. This involves delivery services, specifically UPS. There was
what can Brown do for you?
Well, I can do a lot, buddy, and this guy did a lot. Did you know, by the way, UPS brown is trademarked? That particular shade of brown, you cannot use it.
Do you know that
how do you trademark a color?
But do you know that they're like their old UPS vehicles? You never see them like on the road. When they're wore out, they don't resell them.
What do they do? Just decommission them?
Yep.
Well, that's Brown's doing a lot for you, buddy. Well, this UPS driver did something that was kind of neat, and it's making its ways, a little viral segment here on the show, making its ways across the internet land this morning. And I want to try to show this to you guys if it'll come up here. And let me see if this will work here, Jason. Hold on.
You got the right button clicking?
One day I'll get Joshua to do this stuff for me back there. He's helping. So check this out, man. This is
started over.
There we go.
Homemade slip and slide.
The UPS driver decided to go out there and hang out with those guys. You see that?
Yeah.
That dude took a big dive too, man. Yeah. I know it's one of those reels. It's kind of hard to see, but we'll let it play one more time. Look at this dude. He's out there having fun, man. Teenage boys are out there on the slip and slide. UPS driver delivers a package, and then he decides, you know what, man, I'm gonna get on that.
Took his shoes off.
Took his shoes off and went on that slip and slide.
There he goes, back to the truck.
Well, we'll show one more.
Yeah.
There he goes. That's a pretty big dive, man.
It is.
So anyways, I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
So I want to give a shout out to all the folks in Huntsville that deliver. I know we bark about the post office all the time, but
man, I have a great letter carrier.
I live out in Elkins, and people bark all the time. This goes back to like Bridget Maloney's comment too. That some people are just going to complain.
Yeah, they are.
I live out in Elkins, and people bark about the mail service all the time out there. And I want to say something this morning that those two ladies, Felicia and Marjorie, I can't believe I remember their names, Jason. I was scrambling to remember their names in this little noggin of mine, and they came out. Felicia and Marjorie work so hard because we have our own mail center out there. And those ladies are out there. I mean, I feel like some of them are there 7 days a week. Marjorie's I'm going to tell you something. If you live out in that neighborhood and you see Felicia and Marjorie, go get them a Subway sandwich or something. I went in there I'm not saying this say I did anything special, but I asked them one day, hey, do y'all like sandwich? They said, yeah. And you know, that lit up their life because them ladies work. Just a simple thing of getting somebody a sandwich. Go in there and give them a hug and tell them you appreciate them because they get slammed all the time, Jason.
My mother had this when she lived in Arizona. Their letter carrier, she was a really neat lady. Got to know her, you know, when I was out visiting. And Mom's favorite thing, one of the things we would do is when we'd hear her, you know, in the neighborhood, we'd go outside to the drink refrigerator and get her a Coke. And I'd be standing at the mailbox with a Coke for her. That was like the highlight.
Oh, that's cool.
Because it's hot. I mean, so you got to think this is in Arizona in the summertime. It's like 114 degrees, and she's driving in this truck with no air conditioning.
And it was the same mail trucks that they have the doors open and they have the little metal fan on the dashboard.
If you're lucky, and it actually works. And so, you know, you're not getting any airflow if you're going from mailbox to mailbox to mailbox in a gated community. So, I mean, you're just in there cooking.
There was a story that I saw a while back, and it makes perfect sense. And I love that you said y'all got it out of the fridge and gave it to her. I know you're trying to be kind, but please don't leave Powerades and waters on top of your trash can for the trash guys. And the reason I say this, if you do, put it in a cooler because by the time they get there, those things are blistering hot.
Yeah.
We've if I see somebody like an Amazon driver, and if I happen to be in there, we have a little fridge in the garage. That thing's still going, buddy. 25 years, and it's still purring, man. It's a Whirlpool. It's still just purring away like you purring earlier on the show.
I was not purring.
Still going.
Good night.
Kyle's giving us that thing's still going. I had to defrost it the other day. I didn't know you had to defrost a fridge and freezer, but this one I had to. It clogged up, man. Yep. And I kept hearing this tick, 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 and I took it all apart, and it was a huge sheet of ice. The fan was hitting it. It's working great now, though. But I'll run in. We keep waters, and I keep Coke Zeros, and now I fill them with Poppy. You know those new sodas, the Poppy sodas?
No, I don't know.
They're good, man. They have Ollipops and Poppies. And I got a whole big old case of Poppies the other day. They're good for you, Jason.
Okay.
So I keep water in there, though, too. And when I see an Amazon driver, I'll sometimes offer them a water or whatever. But it's cold. So if you're going to offer a waste worker, you know.
Anybody who's working in the heat.
Anybody that's don't put it out there on the curb or put it on top of the trash can because it's going to get hot. Now, how would you like it? And then you think, well, I'm doing them a good deed. Would you like to drink a hot Gatorade? No.
Or a hot bottle of water?
Or a hot Coke? Absolutely. Or a hot sweet tea? Oh, no.
It's sour, that sweet tea.
Yes, it'd be stank. That thing will stink. Be gone.
Going straight in the trash truck.
So think about those things. I did want to say, before we wrap up this segment, we're going to take a break after this. Have you ever seen maybe some unexpected kind of kindness in public, something that you can think of? Maybe recently, and it can be something real simple. And I ask our audience the same thing. Maybe, you know, what's the most unexpected act of kindness that you've seen before? We see it all the time on the internet.
Yeah, you see it on the internet. I very, very rarely see it in person.
I've seen a lot. It's happened to me in the drive-through line, and it kind of makes your jaw drop. I was going through. Guess where I was going through? McDonald's. And I used the app. Well, there was one day I didn't use the app before, or this was before I'd used the app. And it happened twice. People had paid for my food. I'm going to tell you one of the coolest acts of kindness that's happened here in this community. I was eating at Leona Steakhouse.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to bash local business. They're good steaks, but there's this cult following that says they're the best ever. I don't think that they're the best ever. I think they're good.
They're great, and they're massive for what they tell you that you're ordering. They're usually a lot bigger in size, but
I think they're good, and I'll go eat there. I don't have a problem with them, but they're not the best ever. The best ever that I've had anywhere around here, besides my father-in-law cooking them on my grill a while back. Those were good. And besides anything that Kyle Kreiner could and I've never even tasted a Kyle Kreiner steak, but I can almost guarantee you it's going to be the best one I've ever had. Mm-hmm. And Kyle's like, The best steaks that I've had, that I, time and time again, is at Ransom Steakhouse there in Montgomery. Those steaks. And it's so weird. So many people from Huntsville have never. It's only 20-something minutes away. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do, man. We're going to get a van, and we're going to load up some faithful Hello Huntsvillers. And we're going to load up a van. Now, you got to bring your own card. I ain't paying for everybody. But we just need to go out there and eat one day. We need to get you know what we need to do?
What's that?
We can get Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home to sponsor a burb. And we can ask maybe 6 or 7 people, and that could be a Billy Cawthon Friday report. Now, I don't know about insurance purposes if we could do that, but I'm just saying.
I don't know that we have a burb, but we do have this this Cadillac car that has seating for 6 on the back of it.
Now, it doesn't have that little handle thing, does it?
No, but it's gold. It has personal plates on it.
Okay, but it doesn't. I'm talking about that little thing, so people think that.
No, it doesn't have that.
we roll into the steakhouse in a funeral hearse.
No, it's a limo.
Hi, Bubba. Hi, Bubba. I'm so sorry, Bubba.
You have to get Billy in on that. Don't get volunteering.
All right,
I'll drive.
We're gonna ask Billy about this, but
I'll drive.
We should do that though. We should put together like a list of folks that want to ride with us, and get together a list, and we all just it'll have to be one of these evenings though. It can't be a Friday restaurant report because I think it's too far of a drive. I mean and I said 20 minutes. I lied. It's more like I think it's like 40 minutes out there.
Probably so.
And then it's an hour to eat. So I mean, we're talking at least 2 hours minimum. So that's going to be tough for some people to do that.
Yeah, it would be.
But Ransom Steak, and you've got to get the filet. And I'm telling you, I put a video on Facebook and on YouTube, and somebody's like, there's always these naysayers. See, Bridget struck a good chord this because there's always a naysayer.
There is.
And I put it on YouTube, and it got over 6,000 YouTube short views or whatever, and all these people, you can tell that he's putting pressure on the knife. I had my finger on the knife to hold the knife. I did not put any pressure. I literally had it in my hands like this, and I was going back and forth. The knife was falling through the steak. That's how good it was. Yeah, and the knives at the steakhouse are extremely sharp, so that's another reason that it went right through.
Hey,
at Ransom's, buddy, they're sharp.
All I'm going to tell you is, like, if I'm going to go eat steak somewhere, everybody makes fun of me because Jason will pull out his pocket knife to cut that meat because I sharpen it.
You got it sharp, man. So we want to encourage
you. And if you want your knife sharpened, guess what? We do that at Guardian Defense too.
Just go to Ransom's, man. And I'm telling you, it is really, really, really good.
All right.
So, all right. Well, that's all my comments today for that. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we got a few more things that we want to go over, and then we'll wrap it up, Jason.
Sounds good.
Final opportunity this morning to text in some Cat Cafe.
$20 Cat Cafe.
And all you got to do is text in the keyword fireworks. Kyle, didn't you win Cat Cafe? Didn't you win a while back, Kyle?
No, he didn't win Cat Cafe.
Did you win? Are you owed anything? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I've been really good about putting them in the envelopes now right away after the show. Text in the keyword fireworks. We got Cat Cafe coming your way, and all you got to do is text in fireworks along with your name to 936-339-0139. We'll take a brief break. We'll close it up when we come back. Stay with us. It's your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville here on a Tactical Tuesday. Stay with us.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope.
All right, friends, welcome back at it. Please pay for that $100 a month subscription.
Oh, you don't know what you missed if you. I don't know how he's going to do that, but it would be well worth the $100, guys.
Oh man, some of the greatest. You know that what's that? There's some movie like The Greatest Stories Ever Told. I think that'd be the greatest stories ever told.
Yeah,
courtesy of Kyle Kreiner.
Greatest stories never told.
Yeah, greatest stories never told. That'll be on Amazon soon. Behind the scenes, Hello Huntsville, co-authored by Kyle Kreiner, a.k.a. the Brisketeer of Huntsville. So, well, hey, we do want to welcome you back. I know we've had a lot of fun and talked about a lot of things today, and I do want to circle back and just remind folks how blessed we are to be here in Huntsville. I've been saying this, and I love our Thursdays, too, with Jason Bay, because we talk about how the Lord is moving in such a powerful way right here in our community. We've seen it not only here at our church, but literally throughout the entire community, Jason. And I want to encourage people to, remain focused on helping each other. Some people think that you got to go out and do all these special things. And I'm telling you, what you need to do is love on people first and let people know that you're there for them. And you know what? Everything else will fall into place. And it doesn't mean that you beat around the bush. I tell people all the time, look, man, you got to get it right with the Lord. There's nothing, there's no other strategy. There's nothing. Mm-hmm. It's either that or nothing. You got to have a relationship with Christ or nothing. That's the way it is. And you got to be bold in that. And I've learned in the last year, Jason, I'm not a confrontational person.
Right.
But I've learned that for what I believe in Christ and what we believe as Christians, you got to be bold in your belief. And there's nothing wrong with that. And what am I saying? I'm saying this morning, it all starts with loving on people first. And there's a lot of people out there this morning that are hurting, that are broken, that are going through financial stress, that are going through relational stress. I've got 2 or 3 friends that are going through that have went through divorces recently, and it breaks my heart to see that. Then on the flip side, I've got a friend who was on the brink of divorce, gave it all to the Lord, he and his wife together, and he said that their marriage is stronger than it's ever been,
Well, that's good.
even since the day they got married.
That's awesome to hear.
And so I want to encourage people this morning, when you put him first, and when I say him, when you put God first, when you put Christ first, it'll all work out. May not be the way that you hoped for, may not be the way that you expected, but that's
and
okay.
Darn sure isn't your plan either, because you want to entertain God. Just tell him your plan.
Yeah, that'll get you a nice slap saying, no, sir, I got something else planned for you.
Hey, man, I'm living proof, brother.
Amen, man. So I just had that on my heart this morning. I wanted to share that because, I want folks to really understand the importance of being there for people. And I go back to all these comments about these restaurants opening up and established restaurants. Man, we've got to support our community. And if you're
if you have a bad experience, you have a bad experience. Take it up with the management. Then if it doesn't work out, then you can let everybody know.
Feel free to.
Take
it up with the management first.
Talk to the management first and give them a little bit of time, to respond and handle that situation. Don't just blast folks.
And I think, too, we live in this age of social media, and we've been in this age now for, it seems like, well over a decade, probably 15 years now.
Yeah.
And it's where everybody has an outlet to say what they want to say.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, it's given free, and it is what it is, right? We live in a free country. Speak your mind, go for it. But I also want to warn people of something. That when you're on social media, all that stuff lives forever. And even if you hit the delete button, there's archiving services that don't hit the delete button.
Nope.
There's scrapers out there that are constantly scraping Twitter. They're scraping Facebook and other sites, and they're saving content. If you're one that always complains online about this and that, guess what employers are doing whenever they go to look for you when you send in a job application?
They gonna go to one of them scrapers and they gonna say, hey, I want to know what this person is really like.
A lot of them are going to look for that. A lot of them are going to go right away to your Facebook profile.
I know employers. I know several people that employ people in this area. That one of the first things they do when somebody comes in and fills out an application, man, they get on Facebook, they pull up that person's profile, and they start going through it to see what kind of stuff they're posting, what they're commenting about, and that that can lead you in a good direction or bad.
And don't think that just because it's all professional on LinkedIn and your other social media accounts aren't, that they're not looking. They're looking at more than LinkedIn.
They're looking at more than Facebook.
They're going back to MySpace, baby. They're going all the way back.
Yeah, they're going to MySpace. I never had a MySpace.
It was MySpace / chest chain is what it was. That was your handle back in the day. What would your CB handle be?
I don't know.
Did you ever have one in the truck when you were on the truck?
I'm sure, but I don't know. I forgot. It's been a minute.
He was.
There was a trivia question last night on what website's name was officially Backrib.
Yeah, that was Google. Yeah, Kyle just said that there was a trivia question. What website name was officially Backrub? It was Google. Google was called Backrub back in the day. Yeah. Kyle said his son Jordan knew that. Yeah. Yeah, that was what it was called. The original Google was Backrub.
Really?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, that's a new one.
You rub in the back of the web, buddy, and you can find it all out. But I'm serious. I just want to circle back to that real quick. Just be mindful about what you're putting out there, and most importantly for business, be mindful about what you're saying, because those words can hurt a business. And I don't want to see these hardworking business owners that are doing great work go out of business because of one thing that could have been resolved through a talk with the management. It's just not fair. I want to give one last example. Boy, I'm telling you, especially if you go to church on Sunday and you go out to eat, You ask anybody in the service industry, and they say 1 o'clock on Sundays is the worst time to be in the service industry.
Really?
Because people get out of church and they go and they complain about their food. Well, why ain't my food here been fat? And I'm going to tell you something, man, especially if you're a believer. I'm going to start, you get me on a little. Jason,
you're getting you on your.
Jason preached one of the best sermons I've ever heard called "Grow Up" this Sunday.
Yeah,
and it's hit me. It's hit me.
It was a good sermon.
It's hit me, man. It's convicted me on some things, which is good. The Holy Spirit's convicted me on this. If you go to church and you are a Christian, and I'm putting it like this because of how some of you act, and I've been in the train too. Trust me, I've got off of it though, but I was on this back in the day.
We've all been on it.
We're going to get back on it. We've all sinned and fallen short. You know, we've all messed up, and we're all going to mess up.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, if you are on Sunday and you're going out with your family and you're going out to eat, and then the first thing you start doing is whining about slow service and complaining, what do you think that person that's serving, that doesn't have the opportunity to go to church because they have to work, or maybe they've never been to church, how is that going to develop a relationship for them to get to know the Lord? They're going to look at you and say, well, man, there's that guy. And
dressed up in the Sunday best.
Boy, I was thinking about going to church, but that guy treated me like garbage. Is that who Jesus is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think I'm going to go to church. I don't want to know this God that they worship.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, it's very serious. And I say this because I was eating at Texas Roadhouse, and Anthony Antonitas, the manager over there, and his wife Carol work their tails off. One, don't be complaining about some national chain when it's locally owned and you got a guy and his wife that are literally in there every day busting their tail.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing great work. I don't have any problem with Texas Roadhouse being in Huntsville. I think it's great because Anthony and his wife are giving back tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't advertise. They never pay me a dime, and I've never asked them for a dime. So I'm not saying that to say something. But, man, I was in there, and I told Bridget this, and we were sitting on this little box kind of seat there, and this guy, and I don't know, I just kept, your eyes are drawn to a situation. I just, for some reason, I kept turning, and here was a guy in his Sunday best. You were right. And his wife and their family. It starts complaining about how slow the service was, and I'm going to tell you, I ain't happy. Number one, if you ain't happy, go pull someone aside and don't do it out there in broad daylight where everybody else can see it.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, approach it, especially if you're a Christian, approach it with grace.
Mm-hmm.
Here's how you gracefully tell somebody something. Now, this is role-playing, all right?
All right, let's role-play.
Role-playing. I'm at the gun range, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jason, man, I thank you for having me out. I've really enjoyed being out here, but, I just wasn't happy with the targets today, man. Is there anything that you can do or that I can help you to do to maybe make that a little bit better?
Yeah.
Now, isn't that much more graceful? And I don't even know if that's something that would ever come up,
No, but you bring that up.
But it wasn't that graceful, though. It wasn't like, hey, man, it wasn't like, man, I can't believe I came all the way out here and your targets were off. And, this is ridiculous. I'm not happy.
Yeah.
And then you have 20 other people shoot, which you wouldn't have 20 at once, but you could. But you have, and then I'm yelling at you in front of all these other people, right?
Yeah.
That's not the way to handle a situation.
No. No, that doesn't work out well for you.
So, sorry, I cut you off. You said that stuff happens.
Something like that happened a few years back. I had, I taught a LTC course, and the classes, they had qualified really well, and they wanted a group photo, of them standing.
I had us on the keyword for like the last 30 minutes.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. So they go out and they stand around their targets, and we took a picture, okay? And I shared it, and got one person up there that had to bring up the fact of the color of the targets.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, man,
because the targets were a certain color. What was I promoting? People to do. And I'm like, it's a piece of paper. Okay? It's that color because it's easier to see where the hits are.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So the whole
contrasting colors.
The whole key to this story that I was telling. Approach things with grace.
Yes, sir.
because the way you use your voice, the inflection, the tone, all of that stuff can lead somebody to eternity in heaven, or, and I'm serious about this, or it could lead them to eternity in another place that people don't want to go.
Nope.
You've got to be, and I'm very serious about this stuff. And I used to not talk about it because I wanted to talk about all the good things. But I'm telling you, man, hell's a very real place too. You can't talk about heaven without talking about hell.
Nope.
Because one doesn't exist without the other.
True that.
And man, we have got to approach things with grace. And I understand people getting frustrated, getting upset. I get all that. But take a moment and step back. My dad always taught me this. He said, son, you better sleep on it. You better at least take a deep breath or sleep on it. Take a deep breath, or better yet, sleep on it. How many times have you been angry or upset and you have snapped in that moment? I have.
Too many.
Way too many. I've done it. I remember the first time that I ever yelled in front of my children, I went outside, started bawling. And I called up Barry here at church. I said, Barry, I'd never yell at my children. I'm in here yelling at them, and I probably even cussed at them. And he said, take a moment and breathe. And I needed to step out. I needed to call somebody. And you've got to step away when the emotion starts. You have got to step out of that and take a moment and get away. And the number one thing, regroup. Get away. Here's a slogan for you. Get away and pray.
Okay.
Get away and pray.
Yep.
I mean, when you're praying, you're going to be angry sometimes when you first pray, maybe. But I guarantee by the end of that prayer, you're going to be calmed down a lot more than you were before you went into it.
Probably so.
So, anyways, I'm rambling on, but that's just on my heart. I'm doing it because I care so much about our local businesses, and I care so much about people having an opportunity to be successful. Don't write people off before they even get started. And I'm going to tell you, if you post that kind of negative stuff on our Facebook page, the Huntsville, Texas News and Events Group, as long as it's not people out there cussing and I'll delete that stuff all day. But if you post any negative comments on our page about businesses, they're always going to get deleted. And somebody messaged me, why did you delete that? You're being biased. No, I don't want that garbage on our page. Go post that in the Good, Bad, and Ugly or somewhere else. I'm not going to allow our platform to be a platform that's going to put down people or businesses in this community. I'm not cool with that. So, anyways, there you go, buddy. Ooh, man.
Now he's off the soapbox.
Go take some ibuprofen, buddy. Got some pain in my arms this morning, buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
You got any? I didn't take mine.
No, did not this morning. All right. Let's head over to our phone and text line. We got a winner today, the Cat Cafe. The thing is, you got to answer to win. We're going to go back to that old ritual. All right, you ready for it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go. The phone line is fired up, and here we go.
Let's see what kind of funny thing.
Please call 936-29.
All right. He didn't answer, buddy. Didn't answer.
No.
So let's get back over here.
He sent you straight to voicemail.
Yeah, it went straight to voicemail. His phone was turned off, more than likely. All right, let's head back over to it. This is weird.
How
Hold
you know
on.
your phone's ringing?
Yes, scam.
Scam
Likely. All right, hold on. I should have had all this lined up here, Jason. You know,
didn't have it lined up.
Didn't have it ready, buddy. This is just dragging on. Man, this thing is not working today, Jason. One day, see, Joshua Mashi's doing an excellent job back there helping us. One day, I'm going to get some folks trained up on how to run all this stuff on the back end as well. All right, here we go. Today is the day that somebody is going to win some Cafe Texan. Here we go. Randomizer has selected, and here we go. Cat Cafe, Charlie.
Cat Cafe.
Cat Cafe.
Good morning.
Hello.
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 Good morning.
Oh, hey, who we speak? Hey, I know who this is.
Oh, it's the law firm of Hit Button Thumb.
At first, I said, wait a minute, and then I saw the name, and I said, this is Bridget Maloney. We've been talking about you today too, Bridget. Well, see, your ears were burning, our ears were burning, and Cafe was burning for you. So
how exciting!
Have you been over there before?
Yes, but it's been a long time.
Well, we got $20 with your name on it today to Kat. That's Elizabeth Florer over there. And Bridget, I want to say thank you for your input earlier. Jason and I have been talking about that all throughout the show this morning about just how important it is to lift people up and, give people a chance before you write them off right away,
Yeah, just if you see something that needs to change, just get in there and work on it.
Yeah.
I feel, you know me, I feel like that's God's whisper in our ear. If you see something that you think needs to be different, probably you're the one who's supposed to be working on it, not complaining about somebody who's doing something else.
I was at McAllister's. I thought about this, Bridget. I was at McAllister's probably 6 months ago, and I've been there since then, but this particular instance, probably about half a year ago, and there was only a handful of people working in there, and the interior was piling up. You know how it gets when you're busy, and then you don't have anybody to go run and clean the tables. And you could tell that the employees were just absolutely frustrated because it was so busy. They were trying their hardest to clean the tables. And I'll never forget, there was a guy in there, and this was just a customer, Bridget. You talk about, like, get in there and do something. This guy walked up and said, do you have a little spray bottle and a rag? He goes, I'm not saying this rudely. I want to help y'all right now. And they said, well, sir, you're not allowed to do that. And he said, I don't care. Let me help you. And they did. And he helped. And then we joined in, and another person joined in, and we and got that place cleaned up. That's what you're talking about, Bridget. If you see something, do something. Yeah. So there you go. Well, congratulations, $20. How have you been? It's been a while. We haven't seen you or heard from you in a while. Everything going all right?
Yeah, it's just been crazy busy. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah.
Just a lot going on. We've got new students in training at the library and lots of orientations going on in SAM for the new students come out in the fall, and exciting times in their lives, and it's just neat to kind of get front row seats to that.
Yeah, well, you do such great work, Bridget. You're always supporting so many, and a small token of appreciation from the randomizer today, given back to you. So,
great.
Hey,
cool.
Jason.
I know you and I need to get together, so we've been playing phone tag. So we'll.
Yeah, no worries. Well, Jason Thompson's here with me from Guardian Defense. He's got a quick question for you.
Oh, okay.
What are you thankful for today, Miss Bridget?
Oh my goodness. So many things. I have to pick just one. People who know me are going to laugh, but I'm thankful for Kringle, not the dog I asked for, but the dog God knew I needed. And she is sitting outside the door complaining to me right now because she can hear me talking to somebody, and she's not a part of that conversation. So.
Oh, awesome!
But I'm thankful for the animals that God put into our lives.
Amen. Well, there you go. Well, Bridget, we love you. Congratulations. $20 coming your way. We'll have it for pickup, and I'll put it in an envelope, and we'll text you a little bit later, okay?
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Have a blessed day. Thank you.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. There she was, Bridget Maloney, the winner today.
Awesome.
$20. That's my last $20 to Cat Cafe, by the way. I'm going to have to see if Elizabeth wants to hook us up with some more. We'll have Cafe Texan back. By the way, real quick, happy July, man. Where did June go?
It's in the record books now.
It's gone.
It's gone.
He's wearing his little Houston Railroad hat. It's gone. Way gone. Jason, any final comments, man? We gotta get this show wrapped up.
No, we gotta get going, man.
All right, what do you got on tap today, man?
Yard work, haircut, WCRC.
That's right, WCRC. Join us. Tell the folks out there real quick.
Yeah, WCRC, Walker County Referral Cooperative. We're gonna meet at the community room next to Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home between 12 and 1 today. So I'm going to go out and promote some business.
So come join us, be a guest. Sam Houston, bring your own lunch.
You can bring your lunch. You can eat while we're talking, and it's just like a big extended family.
Yeah, great way to network too, and to help promote each other's business. So
yep.
Well, hey, if you have a need, reach out to us. We are working initial ideas for our next community dinner. We'll have more information on that in the coming weeks. And if there's anything that we can do here at Hello Huntsville or on this show to help you, please reach out and let us know. I know there's a lot of needs in the community, and I'm serious about that. Folks need help with maybe there's somebody that's gotten down and they're sick and they need somebody to go get groceries for them. I'm saying anything, friends. We have resources and connections to people that want to be a blessing to you. And that's what we want to do here on this platform. Not just get up here and talk and have fun, but we also want to give back. And so let us know if there's anything that we can do. And if we can do it, we definitely will. So please reach out to us at any time. Jason, appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Jason Thompson, Guardian Defense, also Guardian Movers, who's helped me move 5 times. There won't be a 6th, buddy, anytime soon, by the way. So I had something come across my desk a while back that was lucrative. I was telling Jason at the church here about it. I said, nope. I said, I know where God has me now. And it was lucrative. It was a sports broadcasting thing. But someone told me, man, you should put your name in the hat for this. And I probably wouldn't have gotten it anyways. But I said, no. I said, I didn't even want to do that. You know why? Because I know for the first time in 41 years, this is where God wants me to be. And that's a good feeling. So
yep.
That'll wrap it up. Big shout out to Kyle Kreiner, Brisketeer, hanging out with us here in the studio. He's what's that? What was that back in the day? Arby's. We've got the meats. Kyle Kreiner's got the meats.
Yes, he does.
Brisketeer of Huntsville. Arby's stole that from him, by the way, Jason. We'll be back tomorrow. Our friends Rick and Kay Boning. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori School, so make sure you hang out with us again bright and early at 7:30. As I end every show, reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other, so please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. I promise somebody out there needs you. Big shout out also to Joshua Mashi, helping us here on a Tuesday, run the cameras, and Jason Thompson of Guardian Defense. More information online at guardiandefensellc.com. Until then, good morning. God bless. So long. We'll see you next time. See you, Jason.
See you.